We're here with Phillip Christon, and we're going to talk a little bit about filmmaking, because isn't it true that there's probably more filmmakers in Hollywood than any place in the continent?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, let's put it that way. I mean, Hollywood is still the dream factory, and people come from all over the world here for an opportunity to, to live out that dream and express themselves.
How long have you been working on directing?
I've been directing for about 15 years. I started out in independent feature films and worked my way up the ranks. I went to UCLA Film School and was fortunate enough to intern with Jonathan Demme.
Really?
Yeah, right off the bat. And I became a first AD, production manager, line producer for people like Gus Van Sant and Bill Condon and Gore Verbinski. And also did a lot of high-end like Super Bowl commercials and music videos for people like Herb Ritts and Tony Kaye. And
let's talk about music videos and the difference between directing a music video and directing a motion picture.
Well, one way or another, the important thing is to tell a story. And whether it's a story that takes place in 2 minutes or a story that takes place in 2 hours, you've got to, grab people and create some kind of reason that they want to be a part of that. Not just that they're going to sit back and watch. There's plenty of that out there, eye candy, and that's fun for what it is. But if you really want to tell a story, you've got to engage the audience. And so, in my mind, there's really no difference between that aspect of, being a music video director or being a feature film director or a commercial director.
And some of these music videos that you see out there are like 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, like the Michael Jackson videos that they probably shoot in high definition, if I'm not mistaken,
sure,
or 35 millimeter film.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, most of the music videos that I worked on were shot on 35 millimeter, and some of them were even larger budgets than that.
Let's talk about some of those music videos and some of the people you had an opportunity to work with, because isn't it true, as a director, you have to engage in the conversation with that star and bring out what you want to show in him, isn't that true?
Sure, absolutely. Well, when I was working in production in music videos, I worked with everyone from Madonna to Dolly Parton to oh God, I'm trying to even think.
That's quite a spread. Madonna and Dolly Parton.
David Byrne, David Bowie. I'm drawing a blank right now.
So what's your most memorable directorial in dealing with a music video project?
Well, some of those projects I wasn't actually the director on, I was the AD, and so it was a different experience for me then, because I was facilitating and making sure that everything that came together on these giant productions happened. I'd say that one of the most memorable ones for me was the first music video I did in that capacity, which was Madonna's infamous Like a Prayer video that lost her Pepsi gig because of its controversy. They wanted to do something at the time that was really pushing the envelope, and so they brought me on board because my background was in feature films, and they wanted that kind of scope. And it was a kick to jump into music videos at the top of the ball game and just charge in there like that.
Let's talk about some of the, I guess they call them B films, and then there's A films that some of the people can get now at the Blockbuster stores.
Yeah, well, the concept of A films and B films and C films, I think, has really changed over the years. I mean, during the golden age of Hollywood, what was considered B films would, in my opinion, be considered some of the A films of today if they were compared to a lot of the work that's put out there. There was a different sense of craftsmanship, I think. Today, in terms of A films, B films, well, how are you going to designate? Maybe just a few years ago, it was like a B film would be considered something that went straight to video, didn't have a theatrical release. But today, distribution is taking on a whole different ball game. I have a company called Webisodic that's a digital entertainment studio, and Ndoima and I had formed that company in 1999, knowing that this concept of convergence that was such a cloud in people's head was coming, and that entertainment was merging into one particular venue of distribution that covers it all, whether it's music, film, television. It's all about how the viewer wants to watch it. So I don't know that the concept of A movies versus B movies plays on that level anymore.
Isn't it true, though, that, and I had a friend, I've got a few friends that produced films, and they never got any money on them because of the distributor cheating them out of the money, but didn't have the money really to go to court to get their money in the movie theaters. And the movie theater said, well, we didn't have that many people, so then you don't make any money. You better get your money up front as a producer-director. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think like any business, there's two aspects obviously to making movies. One is that you just have a passion for it and it's an art and you want to do what you want to do to express yourself. But the other side of it is that you have to be aware that it's a business, and like any business, you have to be cautious about who you partner with and who you go into business with.
So everybody should go to you then.
Well, you know, I'd like to say that at least they know they'll get a fair shake and an honest deal from me, you know, and hopefully, you know, the people that I work in conjunction with and thus far certainly have, you know, lived up to that expectation.
So tell us the films people can get now that you've been involved in as a director mostly.
Well, of course, I'm Not Brittany, which is playing here at the La Femme Film Festival and premiered at Cannes prior to this, which is a short film that features Ndoima's amazing spoken word piece that has already been performed by Ndoima live around the world and is now creating this phenomena with college girls all over the world, literally, who are latching onto this message of hers and you know, standing up for themselves as well and saying, hey, that speaks to me, I'm not either. So I'm very proud to be a part of that and to have helped Ndoima put that message out there and represent her. I also did a film called The Bundle that was very successful at the film festivals. It was at the Hamptons and at the Seattle International Film Festival. It was a very sort of German expressionist black and white take on a very simple horror theme of a woman trapped in a cell with a strange bundle that is pushed in with her, and something's lurking inside that, and it was just an experiment in really heightened suspense that was really powerful and received really successfly. And I did another film called The Chosen One, which...
Oh, I like that one, The Chosen One.
The Chosen One was pretty controversial and was an interesting take on people's belief systems and where they're willing to place their beliefs and for what reasons, and dealt with questions about society at large and what we need to grasp onto or what we choose to grasp onto, to sometimes look at the truth or to sometimes avoid looking at the truth.
Well, there you have it right here, Celebrity Scene News in Hollywood. I'm Pete Allman, and
I'm Phillip Christon.
My name is Francine Michelle, and I believe in being healthy and keeping healthy and taking care of yourself. And I work out 5 to 6 days a week. And if I'm going to drink an energy drink, I'm only going to drink one that's all natural because I want to take care of my body. That's why I choose Bionic Tonic, to give me the energy and the endurance to keep going through my workout from beginning to end.